I just want to start by saying that you made it. We're entering into a brand new year. So first of all, Happy New Year. At this time of this recording, we're at the end of December 2024, and we're getting ready to enter into a brand new year. And so I just want to celebrate the fact that you made it. You should be proud in knowing that you made it another year. Despite all of the challenges that 2024 brought you, you defeated them and you came out the other side successful. And so I just want you to know that you should be proud of yourself, knowing that you made it through all of the things that this year brought. And be excited about the fact that 2025 is full of new possibilities, full of new potential, and I'm excited to go along this ride with you. And so thank you for tuning into this one. We are going to spend some time together just talking about life, a lot of the lessons, a lot of failures, and a lot of success that has happened this last year. And hopefully you've had some of those this year yourself, but we're going to talk about some of them. And then I'm going to talk about some very important key things that I've learned and that I've read and that I have really implemented in my own life to be more successful financially, emotionally, spiritually, all of the different things. And so I'm excited that you've tuned into this one. But the most important thing that I want to hit home on this episode is that you made it. You made it. And you should be very proud of yourself in knowing that you made it another year despite all of the challenges that 2024 brought you. So this year was a really big year for me. I left my 9-to-5 career that I was successful in, and I jumped fully into my business. And so it was always a dream. I guess over the last 2-3 years, it was a burning desire to want to be an entrepreneur and have control over my schedule and really build my own empire so that my family, we could all build it together and we could live a very fulfilled, happy life. But there was a lot of struggles along the way, which is what I want to get into. And I want to get into some things that I've learned along the way that I just really want to share with you today because they've made such an impact on my life. They've made such an impact on the things that I know today and the things that I continue to implement to not only help myself in my business, but possibly and potentially and hopefully help you on the other side build your own empire or just live a more fulfilled life. And I'm so grateful for some of the things that I've come across. I'm so grateful for some of the people that I've come across, and I can't wait to share some of that with you right now. But before we get into some of the lessons and some of the key things that I've started to implement in my life, I want to share with you some of the pain and the fears that I had before jumping into my own business, because maybe you are thinking about jumping into your own business right now or leaving your job and starting something new. There's no question that is incredibly scary. There's so much fear behind that. There's so much unknown, uncertainty around all of that. And trust me, I get it. I had all of the different questions running through my head. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail at it? What if it all falls apart? What if this was a giant mistake? I get it. I've asked myself all of these questions, and they are a struggle to get through. And I just want you to know that if you plan enough, if you pray enough, if you talk about it, and really do your due diligence around, can this really work? And you really believe it, and you really get through all of the little nitty-gritty things, as long as you believe it, you're going to make it happen. You just have to know that there's no plan B. You're going to make it happen. No matter what kind of struggles, no matter what kind of obstacles come in your way, you're going to get through it, and you're going to make it happen. And so I'm so glad that I, again, came across the right people that taught me those things, and that I was able to really learn those things at a very early stage in what I was doing, so that I could understand, okay, this is just an obstacle. I have to learn how to get through. I have to learn how to go around it, over it, under it, whatever I need to do. I need to get through this obstacle because I know that my dream, my passion lies on the other side. If you are somebody who's looking to leave your career or start something brand new that you're really scared to do, just know that as long as you believe in it, and as long as you know that no matter what, you're going to put in the work to make it happen, then you're going to be successful at it. You just can't stop. And you just have to be consistent with the daily actions that you take to make sure that you don't miss a day building your empire. A lot of these things that I've learned have been such a catalyst for my life and for my business. I just want to share some of them with you. And this may seem a little bit cheesy, but it's actually really important to me that I share this with you because just of how important it is to me and how I implement it in my life. And it's just very inspirational. So I don't know if you've heard of Sir Richard Branson. Maybe you're familiar with him because he was on Shark Tank a season or two. But he has a poem quote that has come out, and I just want to share this with you because this is such an inspirational thing for me in my life. But it goes like this: "The road to success is paved with tests. So you've got to believe in yourself above the rest. Dream big and let your passion shine. If you don't, you won't end up with a dime. Challenge the status quo, disrupt the market, and say yes. And remember that innovation is an endless quest. Don't forget to change business for good. If you want to change the world, then you should. If you think with your head and listen to your heart, I promise you'll get off to a flying start. Make bold moves, but always play fair. Always say please and thank you. It's cool to care. Do what you love and love what you do. This advice is nothing new. Now stop worrying about whether your business will be a hit. Rise to the challenge and say, screw it, let's do it. And so maybe this is something that you need to hear right now. Maybe this is something that was meant for you today. Maybe it was something that you needed to hear and that it was just, this is just the perfect moment. For me, when I first heard this, it was the perfect moment. I had all of those questions that I talked about before. What if it all falls apart? What if I fail? And I saw this quote during that time of asking myself those questions. And I really liked the last part. Stop worrying about whether or not your business will be a hit. Just say, screw it, let's do it. And when you're put into that position of, okay, I'm in it, then most likely you're going to figure it out and you're going to learn new ways and new systems to make sure that it works and to make sure that it sustains itself and make sure that you never fail. And again, as long as you never quit, then you're never going to fail. And so there's a couple other things that I wanted to just talk about with you. A huge lesson that I learned this year was that when you start doing, when you start taking action, when you start doing the things that you've always wanted to do, you're going to run across two different types of people. The first person is going to be the person that will do anything and everything to make sure that you're successful. They're going to help you along the way. They're going to give you advice. They're going to give you all of the tools to be successful, and they're going to do everything they can to watch you become successful. The other person is the opposite. The other person is the person who would love nothing more than to watch you fall right on your face as a failure. And the reason for that is because they have always wanted to do they've always wanted to do the thing that you're doing. And the reason for that is because they've always wanted to do the thing that you are doing. And when you do the thing that they've always wanted to do, they're jealous of that. And so they're going to want to watch you fail because you are doing the exact thing that they've always wanted to do. They just have never had the guts to do it themselves. And so that should be very inspirational to you that not everybody has the guts to do the things that you want to do. Whether it's run an ultra marathon or whether it's start your own company or whether it's leave your career, most people don't have the guts to do it. So let that be motivational to you. Let that be an inspiration to you going forward, knowing that, look, no matter what, I'm not going to die knowing that I didn't try. You're going to be on your deathbed someday knowing I tried it. And that's always the first step, is just taking that first step and saying, you know what, I'm gonna start this. And I go back to, as long as you never quit, then you're never going to fail because you're always going to be making progress, always get into the right rooms. That's another huge lesson that I learned this year. And I want to give a huge shout out to Arjun Dhingra, who has opened the doors to some of the greatest rooms that I've been into. And they really gave me a new perspective on what's possible for my life, what's truly possible for me. And when you get around people who have accomplished great things and who have done things with their life that you maybe wish that you could do someday, and that's inspirational to you, and it tells you, well, maybe I can do this. If that person can do it, then maybe I can do it. If this person can do it, then I know I can do it. So it's just getting into the right rooms with the right people, talking about the right things, and just strategizing and learning, even if you don't talk to a single person, which I always suggest that you do. If you're in a room with successful people, try to just go up to people, shake their hand, and say, hi, I'm Bo. They're going to ask what you do, and you're going to tell them, and you're going to get into a conversation. And most likely, people that are much more successful than you are will just pour into you and give you the tools and give you the secrets and give you all of the things that you need to be successful in what you're doing. So I hope that this episode was valuable to you. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Happy New Year. Take pride in knowing that you made it. Take pride in the fact that you didn't let this year defeat you. You made it, and you are here, you're alive. And so my suggestion to you is, of course, take the risks, do the things that you've always wanted to do, but make 2025 the year that you laugh more, that you make more money, that you make more memories, that you try something that you've always wanted to try, that you take more risks. And at the end of the day, and I'm going to wrap with this, I hope that this new year, 2025, is one of the best years of your life. See you soon.